Suarez. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Shutout video cast recap of this afternoon's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates as the Phillies defeat the Pirates by a score of 3-0 as they secure a series win. Ranger Suarez with a complete game 4-hit shutout. He was amazing this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please don't engage your bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I mean, this was just awesome, right? Ranger Suarez, man, this guy has arrived, right? This guy is just amazing, man. I mean, this Phillies starting rotation, not bad at all. Not bad at all. If we continue to work out, some of these problems around with Aaron Nola, if Colin Gibson can be more consistent, I think this is a good rotation. This is a very, very good rotation. I mean, Ranger Suarez, how about it, man? How about it? I mean, great job. Great job. I mean, Bryce Harper hitting his 34th home run of the season this afternoon. Matt Feeling with his first career home run. This was a great game for the Phillies all the way around. You know what? The offense wasn't great today by any stretch, but it was picked up by Ranger Suarez, who had a dominant start. Great shutout today for Ranger Suarez as you pick up the scoring summary here in about the third inning. It was all Phillies today, as Matt Feeling hits his first career home run on a fly ball to center field. So I got the silent treatment there. I mean, I love to see that. His first big league round tripper as the Phillies now lead it 1-0. So it was about time that Matt Feeling did that, right? I mean, he gets it out of the way today. So excellent job right there for Matt Feeling. He hit that ball very, very hard, right? He hit that ball very, very hard. So 1-0 Philadelphia. Then we pick it up, same inning, Bryce Harper. The guy that used to wear number 34, right? Well, he hits his 34th home run of the season on a fly ball to center field. A loud noise off of Bryce Harper's bat. So his 34th of the season, a solo shot that gives the Phillies now a 2-0 lead. So MV3, right? MV3. And if the Phillies can make the playoffs and win this NL East division, he is your MVP. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you forget about Juan Soto for a second. I mean, he's still the MVP if the Phillies can win this division. So 2-0 Philadelphia. Great job right there out of Bryce Harper, man. I mean, this guy, I tell you, I was kind of going, not going hard on him, but I was just saying, I mean, like, hey, like he hasn't really hit a run in a little while. He did it today, right? It was about time he did it today, but still, I mean, even this past week, he was having a good week, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that, he's slumping, having a lot of offers. I mean, he still was doing well. There's no doubt about that. Then we pick it up bottom of the fifth inning. Brad Miller singles on a sharp line goal to left field. Gene Segura comes around to score as the Phillies now lead it 3-0. So Bamboo Brad joining in on the action right there, going the other way, which you love to see, right? I love seeing Bamboo Brad go the other way. He has a pretty cool swing, right? It's kind of unique, right? It's kind of cool. Kind of a cool batting stance out of Brad Miller as he goes the other way. The Ribby single to score. Gene the machine as the Phillies now lead it 3-0. And that'll be your final score. 3-0. Your final score is Ranger Suarez carries the Phillies to the victory, right? I mean, great dominant start this afternoon. Matt Meerling gets the start of the leadoff spot, and he goes yard today for his first big league home run. That was something amazing, right? I've already talked about that before. So we finally got it out of the way. Excellent job right there from Matt Meerling, a guy who's hitting .357 with a .903 OPS. Now, granted, I mean, he hasn't got a whole lot of playing time, but great job, man. It's nothing like he only played like 5 games. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I talked about it before. This season has been a bright spot in this area. Young players coming up and doing well. You go take a look at Luke Williams. You go take a look at Nick Maton. You go take a look at Matt Feeling. These guys are coming up and doing well. I love to see it. I mean, this is just awesome. I love to see it, right? Of course, Luke and Nick, unfortunately, did cool off there. Matt Feeling right now, he's seen the ball well. And, of course, he'll cool off. I mean, there's no question. I mean, he's a young guy, and they're going to figure out. They're going to look at the film and see what pitches he can't hit. And they're going to figure him out. They're going to study him. I mean, of course, the opponents will. But for right now, man, he's hot. So you love to see that. And go take a look at Gene Segura. scoring one of the Phillies runs today. And Bryce Harper, only one hit, was a big one. His 34th win of the season. Of course, he mixes in a walk in there. So Bryce Harper now, this is now the 4th time in his career that he has hit at least 34 home runs, right? 2015, 2018, 2019, and now 2021. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, that's an accomplishment. I mean, just goes to show he's a power hitter. And at the age of 28, to do that already 4 times in your career, that's awesome. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Famer someday. There's no question about it. If he stays healthy, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And JT gets to start behind the plate, collects 2 hits. Nice to see that. Now batting .270. His OPS climbs above the 800 mark. Now it sits at .801. So a great job. Brad Miller, the RBI single right the other way. He hit that ball hard, man. He hit that ball hard. I love to see that. Joey Cutchin mixing in the 2 walks. It did go hitless, but he was able to mix in the 2 walks, right? And Cutchin still doing a good job getting on base, right? I mean, yes, I understand he hasn't been great this year, but he's had a solid season. I mean, for a guy his age, at the point where he is at his career, he's had a solid season. You can't take that away from Cutch. And Didi Gregorius, we all thought he was heating up. Well, he didn't do much today, right? A hitless performance, not much out of him, not much noise out of Didi Gregorius. Look at the Rangers Suarez start. 9 innings, a complete game, right? Only allowing 4 hits, didn't walk a batter. He didn't walk 1 batter and struck out 7. I mean, this guy showed up today. He showed up today. A round of applause for Ranger Suarez, who went the whole way, right? This was great. I mean, this was just great to witness. This was awesome, man. This guy was wheeling and dealing, right? I mean, this guy was just there. I mean, he was just going crazy, right? And of course, that's a phrase I usually use for Zach Wheeler, wheeling and dealing, right? But I'm going to use it for Ranger Suarez, too, and it goes back to the point I was talking about earlier. This rotation has a ton of potential. You have Zach Wheeler, who we all know what he's done, last year and this year, something amazing. You go to his 2018 campaign, very, very good. You go take a look at Aaron Nola. You saw what he did in 2018, and we all know he has a good style. Tops in baseball, strikeouts, towards the top, right? He's done a good job of that department this year. He just needs to figure some things out and, get kind of command of his pitches with 2 strikes. And, that's the big thing with Aaron Nola. Go take a look at Ranger Suarez. He's been dominant this year out of Phillies rotation. He's been dominant. You go take a look at Colin Gibson, a guy who has showed signs of being very good, right? Getting around of ground balls. You go take a look at Zach Eflin, a guy who's done very, very well in the walk department. When he's healthy, he's good. So it goes back to the point I was talking about earlier. This rotation has a ton of potential. It has a ton of potential to be very, very good. And this gives me a lot of hope. I mean, our farm system, towards dead last in baseball. But this starting rotation definitely has a lot of potential. It gives me hope for the future. I mean, if they can just get that offense worked out, and next year, if we can have a similar year in this division that we've had, right? We all know the Nats are not going to be good next year. We all know the Marlins are not going to be very good next year. And who knows about the Mets? Right? The Mets just always seem to fall off. The Braves, if they have another injury in the season like they did this year, I mean, they probably won't next year. But who knows? Who knows? They could. I mean, I said at the beginning of the season, I remember I said, and coincidentally, it did happen. I said, Ronald Acuna Jr. can go out there and, tear his ACL and he can be out for the season. Well, unfortunately, I kind of predicted that, right? That's exactly what happened. So, it's just like, you don't know, right? I mean, Bryce Harper can go out there and have an injury next season, but assuming we all stay healthy, we have a shot to compete again next year, right? Now, I'm not, already moving on to next year, right? We're fighting for a playoff spot. This is very, very exciting. This is so exciting. So I just wanted to bring that up too. But I mean, I definitely have confidence in this rotation moving forward. It's amazing, right? I mean, what a drastic change from last year. I feel so much better about this rotation. The Phillies have to be feeling good about themselves going into next year with the rotation. They could just work out this bullpen situation, which I thought they were going to do last offseason. That's a whole other story. I'm going to say this again, right? I mean, it's a bullpen game tomorrow. This was huge for this bullpen to get a day off. Ranger Suarez did this bullpen a huge favor. I mean, they got a day off. I mean, so this is just huge, right? Going into a bullpen game tomorrow, they got a day off. So the props to Ranger Suarez for doing his job today in South Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. He was dominant, right? 4 hits, shutouts. So I'm just glad he finally went the distance, right? He was great, but a lot of 6 innings, 5 innings. He went a complete game today, ladies and gentlemen. I love to see that, right? He went the whole way. And I'm so glad that George Riley let him do it. I was actually kind of surprised. I didn't think that he would, but he lets him do it. Some exciting things today, right? As I just talked about, Matt feeling the first career home run. Bryce Harper hitting his first home run since last Thursday against the Chicago Cubs with home run number 34. And that nice RBI single from Brad Miller going the other way. So it's a Phillies win, 3-0 your final score. Predictions for tomorrow, as I said. Bullpen game, but with them getting a day off today, with the Rangers Suarez complete game, that's going to be huge for this bullpen. That's going to be huge for this bullpen. Hopefully they're well rested going into tomorrow. Well, they should be. Hopefully that's going to help us get a win tomorrow. That's huge. So 1-5 the first pitch, and the guy that's going for the Pirates, Craddock, he's 1-3 with a 7.28 ERA. I mean, this guy has not done well this year at all. So hopefully there's no excuse. We got to light this guy up tomorrow. We have to sweep the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have to sweep the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, there's no excuses here. As we go take a look at the scores around Major League Baseball. Now, this is current, right? I mean, this could change by the time you're seeing this video. It's probably going to be different. But as you speak right now, in the bottom ninth inning in San Diego, the Braves and the Padres are tied at 8. Kind of a back and forth game, but at one point the Padres did lead 7-3. And shame on them for not getting the job done. I'm actually really, really annoyed at the San Diego Padres. They are just a joke. And how about the St. Louis Cardinals? 15 straight wins, as they are just sitting comfortably right there in the second wild card spots. The Phillies trail that by 5. Crazy. And the Padres, all they have to do is just lose one more game, and they are eliminated. So their season is done. Hard to believe. So it is crazy, man. The Braves do lose tonight. The Phillies are just a half game back from the first place spot in the NL East, as currently they sit just one back. So we've done it, ladies and gentlemen. If we could win tomorrow, we are in striking distance. I talked about the whole this past week. I said we have to be in striking distance by the time we go down to Atlanta. Well, it seems like that's going to happen, right? We're going to be in striking distance. We're going to be, still in the hunt. So if we were, 3 games back, going to that series, people are like, who cares? But we're going to be in striking distance. So this is exciting. This is meaningful baseball. So who knows if they're going to do it or not, but at least we're in it, right? So we collect our 81st win of the season, as we will most likely have a winning record this year, right? We're 7 games over 500, but I want to see Red October. I want to see playoff baseball. I'm tired of, not seeing playoff baseball. It's hard to believe the Braves and Phillies have both won the same amount of games this year. So it's hard to believe. The Braves have played one less game than we have, so that's why, if you're wondering, so they have played one less game than we have, so that is why. So who knows, they're going to make that game up, right? I guess if it, is the deciding factor, I guess they will. But it's kind of unusual, right, for a team to play 161 games in the season. And that has happened before, though. But hopefully they will have to make that game up because it means something, right? I mean, I want to see this, but you know what? It's just like, you don't know what this Phillies team. They could go out tomorrow and lose 8-0. They could go out tomorrow and win 8-0. Who knows? They can go down to Atlanta and get swept. They could go down to Atlanta and sweep them. I mean, who knows? This team is so unpredictable, it's scary. I've talked about this all the time. It is so unpredictable. And we always seem to have it, in our hand. All we have to do is just, it's just very, very simple, and we always just falter. I hate to be negative here, after a really big win today, but I'm just trying to be objective. I mean, it's just like, I want to be, optimistic and everything, and I am. I mean, they draw me back in again. We also have to keep in mind to temper your expectations, too. I mean, it does look like we will get a winning record the first time since 2011, but honestly, not many people in the city are really going to care unless we see October baseball. No one cares about the winning record thing, but just at least we did better in 2019, I guess. But honestly, hopefully next year too. I mean, just forget about this year for a second, but hopefully going into next year we can even be better. Hopefully we can make the playoffs this year and next year. I hate to be looking at next year again, but this season's almost over as we kind of wind down here. I'd like to thank you all so much for all the support this year. So my first whole 162 coverage. Right, I've never been able to do it. Last year was a 60-game season. Did every game. 2019 started recapping games every day around like June 15th, something like that. So this is my first season of doing from start to finish. So I'd like to thank you. We're almost done. Game 155 I'm recapping tonight. It's hard to believe the grind is almost over. I can't believe how fast it's gone, so I'd like to thank you. Tomorrow's Fan Appreciation Day, the final game at Citizens Bank Park. I will be there. 1-5 the first pitch. A bullpen game for the Phillies. Kranick on the mound for Pittsburgh. 1-3 with a 7-8 ERA. So guys, should just watch this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please show the bell. Please like this video. Comment on this video. Share this video. Check out social media. Link in the description section. At Phillies at Instagram. Page Instagram. Call or text 267-225-2292. Email me. phillies@gmail.com. So 1-5 the first pitch, Kranick, and bullpen game for the Phils. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phils. Ranger was great today. I'll see you again.